Boating is amazing. I don't care what anyone says. Those old sayings, boat stands for break out another 1,000, or best 2 days of a boater's life is when he buys it and when he sells it. The break out another 1,000 thing, that one's actually kind of true. Pretty much every repair just ends up being tons of money. But the happiest days being when you buy and when you sell, no, that's just negative people. We don't need any of that here. I personally love being on the water more than anything. I just enjoy this. I love it. Freaking love it. Before you see the title and the thumbnail of this video and think, wow, this guy's just complaining, I know just a lot of people on social media will only show the good and they edit out all of the bad. I like to show everyone the good and the bad, the ups, the downs, the negatives, the positives. So that's why I'm making this video, to show what I'm realistically going through. Of course, when I'm making these repairs, I found more repairs. That's what we're gonna get into in this video. If you have followed along on this channel, you'll know that I have had a severe power steering fluid leak that's leaking from the giant steering actuator that's mounted on the back side of the port side motor. It is an absolute nightmare to get to. I knew of the problem because I had a survey done on the boat before I bought it. I was able to get a little bit of money off the price of the boat because it was such a major issue. Taking it to a shop was gonna cost a ton of money, so I really wanted to do this on my own. And the first thing we're jumping into in this video is replacing that power steering rack. It's the major repair that this boat needed. It was the biggest negative when buying the boat, day one of hopping in the engine compartment and trying to get this thing out. This big chungus needs to come out. Let's see. Yep, that'll fit there. And then I need either a crescent wrench or a much bigger one. And then needle nose pliers and a flathead screwdriver. Uh-oh. That's not good. What? Oh, it stinks. This water line's not even connected. It's just a drain line from right here inside that thing, so all that water most likely was just dripping down into here, or unless I just popped that off when I got in here. But right here, this is definitely not connected. Let me try to put that back together. Flathead.
How big are the fittings on the hoses?
Not that big, like. Okay. Got one out. And I'm going to need, that should work for there. There we go. Okay, both the hydraulic lines are off. I need some needle nose. I got some cotter pins I gotta get out. There's one. Getting that one back in is gonna be pretty much impossible. Just remove these hoses from there and here. Get that out of there. And I dropped one of the hose clamps down in there, of course. Now I got a little bit better room to work. We've made some progress. Got the shifting cable is out. Well, the pin's out. I have this big bolt to do, and then I have to get something on the bottom side over there. All right.
I think it's, yeah, bolt with a nut.
Well, you got this part detached, this big piece detached, and now all that's left is this big bolt, and then there's one on the bottom side facing it. But don't have the sockets for that right now, so gotta run back to my parents' house and get more sockets. All right, this is day 2, and got more tools down here, and I just got the last bolt out, so the whole thing's free. Just gotta pull this right there. That just gotta slide out, but I need my hands. There we go. This is the culprit. All right, well, here is the culprit. It's not even really that complex or that big, but some companies wanted $1,700 for this. I found another company it was like $1,100. It perfectly goes with the saying of how BOAT stands for bust out another 1,000 or break out another 1,000, because right here, $1,000. I saved myself well over $1,000 in labor by getting it out myself. I was gonna just have a company rebuild this for $450, and I sent some pictures, some close-up pictures to them, and they said mine is completely not rebuildable. I talked to him on the phone and he gave me all this information. But if you look close on these videos, you can see there's some scoring in the large piston on it. So as soon as he saw that, he said it's not rebuildable. And now I also have to flush all my power steering lines and make sure that whatever debris got in there that caused those scoring lines on that piston, whatever got it, there had to have been some little bits of metal or something that got in there when it was sliding and it caused that. And if we replace the O-rings and everything in there, it's gonna do the exact same thing again. So I'm gonna flush the lines out and I'm gonna put a brand new power steering actuator, ram, hydraulic, whatever the hell you wanna call it, refill all the power steering. Should be good to go, allegedly. We'll see in a few days when I get the new pump. Hopefully it should be here 2 to 3 days. Hoping. Fast forward 3 days, the brand new part just got delivered to my parents' house. My dad is actually running it down here to the boats right now. Got the old broken one right here. I'm gonna compare it to the newer one, make sure that they're exactly the same before I even start on this project, but he'll be here soon and we're gonna get into this. All right, we got the new one here. Let's make sure that it's the same. Whoa, almost dropped it in the river. Thing to me. Doesn't look brand new though. It's got some scuffs on it.
I don't see no marks here, so that's the important thing. Hoses are the same size.
Looks like it.
Is there a pin that goes with that? What's that for? Just nothing.
That's it, where a pin. That's where the bolts screw in. Here's all the pins. Okay, we got a gallon jug tucked back in here. Got both of the power steering lines into there, and we're gonna just gently try to start each of the motors to try to push out all the rest of the power steering fluid that may be left in the system, because there has to be something in there that caused the abrasion. So we're gonna try to get a little bit out of it. Hopefully this works. Nothing. Do the other one. There we go. That one spit some out. Yeah, do that one again. Yeah, that was spitting some. Actually, yeah, we got a lot out. Kick them both on. Not at the same time. Like, kick one on, then the other one. Okay. All right, I think we got everything out. I mean, it sounds crazy down in here. All them creepy bubble noises. Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's how much we got out.
Okay. Does that top bolt come out easy?
Yeah.
Just, I was going to say, unscrew it and make sure it fits down into that.
Yep.
Okay.
It's perfect. Don't know if I have any Loctite though.
I didn't bring any.
I might have some in that tool bag.
Yeah, right.
I got everything. All right, so now I need to finagle this giant piece down into here. Steering cable right in the back. There it is. I might not have to put that in yet. because then that black piece is in the way of the nut. This big bolt, I can't get it. It'll never get into its place. I don't think. There we go. There we go. I don't know how. I don't know if that's lined up right or not. But I'm gonna need the 15/16.
Don't crank it tight.
I know.
Okay. Just make sure it's started. It's lined up.
Yeah, I know. I'll know here real quick.
As long as it's lined up, then pretty much the bottom one has to be lined up.
Huh. All right, that bolt's tight. Now there's one opposite underneath that I gotta get to. That is the extent that I can move that. Oh, I need that big wrench because it's spinning. It's spinning the black piece with it, so I need a big wrench of some sort. Yeah, give me another crescent wrench.
Hey, just make sure that that hole lines up. I guess you could turn that one out.
Okay. Now, to get a cotter pin in there, I need something to bend the other side with.
Needle nose.
Yeah, needle nose, anything. Come on. Son of a.
Can you use a tweaker to get it started to spread apart, or?
Yeah, or they're spread a tiny bit. Now the hardest part. This pin needs to go into this hole, but also through that bracket, and also through a bracket right there. Hold on, what, slow? A little bit more. Right there, perfect. Don't move it. Okay. There.
What's it need?
Nothing. There it is. Pin is down through, and I got the cotter pin through. Oops, I almost just pushed it out. Oh, almost just pushed it out even more. This tiny little thing is what I need to spread wide, so that way the pin can never come back up. Well, it's in there. These lines gotta go back on. All right. Closing her up. Job is done. Saved myself, at the bare minimum, $1,000, but I highly doubt any shop would have done that for $1,000 in labor. It would have been a lot more than that. I don't know if I mentioned in this video the other day, but some companies were saying that they pull the motor out to get to that, which I don't even want to know what type of labor that would have been. So safe to say, saved a bunch of money and also learned how that whole thing even works, because I had no idea anything about that before. And now I know more about my boat. I think I'm gonna pull the boat out of the water here soon and do some inspections outside of the water. All right, we got the heavy hauler out here today. Got the Toyota Sienna, getting ready to hook up to the tri-axle trailer for my boat. Need to make a few modifications to the trailer first. I think this weighs around 1,500 pounds, 1,800 pounds, something like that. The van's rated for about 3,000 pounds, but I wanna take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Wolfbox. They sent out their tire inflator and their jump starter, which are two things that I've wanted for traveling around for a long, long time. Well, she did 50 PSI all on one single battery charge. It's got a 12,000 milliamp battery. If you're only doing like 30 PSI on all your tires, like most normal cars, you can do all 4 tires with one single battery charge. So it's very impressive that it got it all the way up to 50. All right, let's check out the jump starter. My sister's got this ambulance that almost never fires up, and when it does, it really struggles. So it's a perfect thing to try this on. Just as usual. actually super impressed by that. That's incredible. All from this little tiny thing. I've literally wanted one of these for so long. Well, thank you Wolfbox for sponsoring today's video. Check them out, the link's in the description if you guys want to get something. They sell some great products. They sell more than just these 2 products. And it seems like what they sell is pretty good quality, so go check them out. But let's get back to setting up my trailer and get down to pull my boat out of the water. All right, first things first. Whenever we put the boat in the water, these bolts were hitting the ground and they were stopping the trailer. It was getting caught on the crack in the boat ramp and it wasn't allowing the boat to get pushed back anymore. So I chopped one of them off, gonna chop the rest of these off. Also gonna try to make the hitch a little bit higher so that way this isn't as low to the ground. This was basically like resting on the ground. So we'll see how this goes. Look how ridiculous this this is. I feel like this should never happen. All right, well, I'm bringing my boat over to the courtesy dock next to where the ramp's at. And when I came over, found out my buddy, his boat was dying and he needed a tow over there anyways. So I am towing him with me. Success. Somehow that worked pretty well. Towed him around, made that turn there, did another U-turn here, swung him right there, push him onto there, and we're good. All right, it was a battle, but we got his pontoon on the trailer. Doing that without a motor made it really tough, but it's on, it's out, and now it's my turn. All right, just about ready to go. I brought the boat over to the courtesy ramp, plop it on here. Now let's rip it out with this bad boy. Cowboy, easy. Back end over. All right, pretty good there. This has been a nightmare. This boat ramp is way too steep. It's got to be getting hung up on something in the water. It's the left side dragging now. Look how bent that thing is. I don't understand where it's dragging. That's off the ground. It's got to be way back there. The entire bracket for that roller is laying on the ground. All right, obviously we weren't using the minivan to pull it out, but even the F-150, which is rated to tow this and the trailer, it couldn't do it on this ramp. This ramp is just so steep and it drops off, like concrete goes to like there, drops off like a foot. So when your axles go behind that, it just can't pull it out. And then also since it dropped down that low with the weight of the boat, one of the supports that is on like towards the bottom of the trailer was just completely stuck on pieces of concrete and there was just no possible way to pull it out there. Just scraping and pulling and bending metal. And before any of you guys try to give advice on how to make it work at this ramp, I've pulled this out myself with that same truck at a different ramp. I just wanted to do it here so I could have access to water, hook up the power washer and clean it and everything, but it's just this freaking ramp is way too steep. It's very well known as the steepest ramp around here. It's at my marina, so I figured I'd try it. And I guess I gotta take it over to the other public ramp because it's much more gradual and it pulls right out, no problems. I guess now I'm gonna switch gears and start cleaning this thing because it is so freaking dirty. spot where I dock at the marina and had to just abandon that. It sucks. It was so incredibly humid today, and we were over there for hours and hours and it accomplished nothing. Well, did wash the entire boat, so that's nice. I also cleaned the entire inside, took all these carpets home, washed them, cleaned everything, and now I'm just trying to gear up for the next 2 repairs. So the spotlight right out on the end right there controls with this joystick. And oh, actually it is moving. I don't know if you can see that. So it is moving, but the light is not working. I'm hoping that it's just a burnt out light bulb. Before, unless I'm crazy, it wasn't even moving. Like it pans, tilts, and does all the stuff. It wasn't doing that, so I figured that it was a blown fuse. But now the motor's working, it's spinning and doing all the things it's supposed to do, except the light. Okay, I need a super tiny screwdriver to take these out. And what are the chances I drop them in the river? Pretty damn good. Pull that out. Oh, you son of a son of a. Oh, I just stubbed 3 of my toes at one time really hard. Oh, I feel like smashing them is the only thing that makes it feel better. Ouch! Oh! No! Oh my gosh. There's 2. All 4. It's a sealed halogen light. I guess I can meter to see if I have continuity here. And I'll also meter to see if I have power there. Careful with the toes. No continuity. I can clearly see that that bulb is exploded in there. So cool, just need a new light bulb. And I'm also just gonna triple check, make sure that I do have power out there. Yep, about 12 volts, so we're good. Just need a new light bulb. On to the next problem. Back into the den to check on the water pump. Pretty positive that I just left it on accident and it burnt itself out. It's right down in here. This is the C strainer for the pump for the AC, so it pulls river water up through here, strainer through the pump up into the AC, which is behind that wall. And then this is the fresh water tank, and this is the fresh water pump, which pulls it right out of this line. So I gotta get to those connections on that. I'm gonna have to pull this seat out too. That'll do. And connections right there. Beautiful. Let's pull these connections apart. Okay, the pump is on right now. 13 volts. Pump is dead. This wire coming from the actual fuse panel is still putting out 13 volts. Good old pump's doing nothing. So now I need to take all the information off this and order myself a new pump. Hold on one second. I just plugged it back in just to test it one more time, see if we got any water. I swear to you this was dead weeks ago. Oh, okay, it looks like it still might be dead. It's not really pumping much of anything out. I think that was just residual water in the line from when I had the city water hooked up, so I think it is dead. Nothing. But I mean, it's trying. I think it's just pumping super weak. So I think I think I do still need to get a new pump. Got a water pump ordered, 50 bucks on Amazon. It'll be here in 2 days. I am so freaking exhausted. I am beat. My toes hurt. Thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate all the support on all these boat videos. I hope you guys are enjoying it, and there will be plenty more to come. I got some big plans coming up, so stay tuned, and I will catch you guys for the next one.